I'm gonna show you how you can get better at filming your next outdoor run or your next race event with either your phone or your GoPro action camera so that your footage could look just like this. For this video, you don't need an expensive DSLR or mirrorless camera, and you can probably get away with using any type of smartphone that's somewhat new. What I used is the DJI Osmo Action Camera 2, which is a regular action camera just like the GoPro and a regular selfie stick. I'll attach the links to the items that I used if you want to take a look at them. And yes, you could use your phone with a selfie stick. It's just gonna be a little bit heavier and a little bit larger, but it's definitely still manageable. So let's get started with step 1. These are gonna be the 5 shots that we're gonna go over. The slow-mo shot, point of view shot, time-lapse and hyperlapse, the tripod shot, action shot. And of course, out of this entire tutorial, at no part do I want this to take away from your running experience. Now, because I don't want to be distracted while running, I film these before or after my runs. Now, if you take break on those long runs, I guess you can also set the tripod down and get a quick shot in. For the tripod shot, you can set it down and either run towards the camera or away from the camera. You can also use it if you want to focus specifically on something. The time-lapse is great to use in your video. It really shows the passage of time. So in this case, I added this shot and I wanted to just show how we started and wait until 7 p.m. to start. And those are the shots that I do before or after my runs. They're the stationary ones. The next ones we're gonna go over are the ones that I feel pretty comfortable. I look silly, but I still feel comfortable to do while running. The POV shot, point of view shot. You can grab your camera, you can put it at your chest or at height level, eye level, center it and give the viewers kind of a perspective of what you see. The action shot. So for this, I use a selfie stick to help me get more angles, but you don't necessarily have to use a selfie stick for this. You can also turn the camera to the wide view and you can get away with that too. I like to get a straight shot of me while running, get a lower angle of my feet, and for this you could do the same forwards and sideways. And here's a bonus one, but you should also film your surroundings. This is gonna be an establishing shot. This gives your viewers a chance to kind of see more of your captivating run, and it also gives them a break from you not being in every frame. And before we go to our next step, I wanna ask if you're finding this video a bit useful to go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps this channel get the chance to be seen by other people. It really does a lot, so thank you. Now let's go to step number 2. These are the only 2 settings in this video that I want you to try to nail down on any type of the device that you're using. So that could be either your phone or your action camera. First is gonna be the auto white balance. Make sure it's on, and this by default already should be on. What this does, it keeps the temperature color looking correct. You don't want your videos to look too warm, or you don't want them to look too cool. Second, and maybe more important, is you want to be mindful of your ISO on your device. You probably might not know what ISO is, but it's the part really that determines on how your video is exposed. The lower the number, the better. The higher the ISO, the more the camera is having to look for the light, introducing grain to your image. And what grain is, it kind of looks like this. You can probably tell with these action cameras or with your smartphone, when you start filming at night or in darker areas, the footage starts looking like trash. So here's the thing, and a lot of you might disagree with me, but I set mine to automatic But on these action cameras, which you can do the same thing for GoPro, I set parameters to it. I choose to set it at the sweet spot of 100 to 400. Play around with it. Now the nice thing is that on iPhones, you can touch the screen on your iPhone and drag up and down the exposure of your clip. This is something to be mindful when you're doing those stationary shots. When you're running, the nice thing is on the iPhones and pretty much all the smartphones, they have auto face detection, so they get the job at exposing really well. It's pretty much done for you. Regardless if you can't find these settings or if you decide to just skip the settings, you'll get a lot from just trying some of the tips on your next run. I really suggest you save this video and try maybe 1 or 2 of the tips and come back and watch this again, go out, do it again, and repeat. Which brings me to step number 3. Practice, practice, practice. Not just holding your selfie stick and running with it, but really getting to know whatever type of camera you're using, if it's a phone or action camera. Really practice using the settings and getting to know the ins and outs of it. The more you do it, the better you'll get at it, and the more it'll become second nature and you'll really enjoy it. And this is how I really film my runs when I go out. Now, if you do like these kind of products, just again as a reminder, the links are gonna be in the description. And if you want to check out other products, then you can click this playlist over here. This goes over a bunch of different products that I have used over the last couple of months. You can also watch this video next. And thanks for staying tuned, and I'll see you guys next Friday.